So if you're wondering why I have a 440i in the garage right now, stay tuned, we're gonna jump into that. All right, you guys are probably wondering, why is this in the garage? Give you guys an idea. So this is my mother-in-law's 440i in Snapper Rock Blue. And the reason why it's a 440i, because it's a Gran Coupe. And what I will say though, she maintains it pretty well, but it needs a major wash. She does bring it to a car wash, I think a hand car wash. Again, they don't really do the best job. So I'm gonna give her a nice maintenance wash, and you can see some browning on the tires, and we're gonna get that taken care of. So that's pretty dirty, and we're gonna get that squared away. You can especially see in the back over here. There's definitely some browning right over here. But we're gonna give her a nice maintenance wash. So like I said, we're gonna be back in the garage. We're gonna get this car pretty much hopefully dialed in by the time they get back. My wife and also my mother-in-law, they're actually out doing some more shopping for the house. If you guys can relate, all this shopping means they're gonna get more stuff that, me personally, I don't think we need. If you guys watched the previous video where I washed my G80 M3 with this new setup, I'm in love with this setup. If you guys are contemplating about getting a pressure washer, definitely look into it, because it does help you on cleaning the car, making sure you get a thorough clean. And in this video, this car is gonna get a thorough cleaning. We're not gonna get multiple different angles, because I'm gonna try to get this washed and pretty much a really clean maintenance wash before they get back, because they're gonna wanna have lunch, you know how that goes. So I'm trying to do this on the down low. She doesn't know I actually brought her car into the garage to wash it. And I have all my studio lights set up right now. But yeah, they got this car. This is a 2019 440i in Snapper Rock Blue. I think this car looks amazing. Obviously, if I were to have this car, there'll be a little bit things that are different to it. After the whole wash, I'll do a walkthrough if I have time and show you how the car is. They're not really into cars on modding, so don't expect it to be modified. So as you can see, you know what, I'm gonna grab the other camera so you can see the browning. All right, so as you can see, there's browning on the sidewalls here, which indicates that this tire is dirty. And once I agitate it, you can see how this is brown compared to this is like semi-brown. This area is more dirtier than this area. As you can see, this needs a lot of love, and we're gonna give the car it needs, the loving. Yeah, her tires are pretty dirty, for my standards at least. We're gonna get this cleaned up, and you're gonna, actually my wife's car is pretty dirty. That's gonna need a wash tomorrow. We're not gonna put that on camera because that's just a Volkswagen SUV. So this car has a lot more power than she ever needs. If you guys know, this is a B58 power plant, and it sounds really good for a stock car actually. It kind of reminds you of my F30. So back in the day I had an F30, and it was a Alpine white with, I believe they called it Dakota red interior. Tires were dirty, but not too bad. But as you can see, this is a different wheel surface, and this is not gonna be bad as in cleaning wise, because we're not gonna have the unique patterns on my G80 M3. Man, those wheels look really good, but they are a pain to clean, and I've mentioned this many times. I'm hoping to get my new set of wheels. Oh, you can see all that browning, look at that. I'm hoping I'm gonna get my new set of wheels and kind of get that process going. But my in-laws were in town. If you guys saw my last video where I talked about I wanted to get my car dialed in before they got here, because it was my first time, or my father-in-law's first time on seeing the car. So I wanted to make sure that this car was spotless, and it was. If you guys saw the last video, right, we talked about how much of a benefit that this pressure washer is that it does a really good job. You know, as you saw, it definitely helps applying the soap on. It definitely helps taking the soap off. And the only reason why it was a big of a mess, because for camera purposes, I did foam the driver's side 3 times, and it was fun. But it's Halloween weekend, so I'm not sure when are you guys gonna be watching this video, but we're gonna be doing these 2 side wheels, and then off camera, I'm gonna do the other side, and then we're gonna foam the car up. This is not gonna be a crazy long in-depth video, but I will talk about, I don't know, talk about random things. I'm gonna figure that out as we go. So another person that has this car or a similar car to this is Eldridge. He has a YouTube channel, and I think he picked up not too long ago a Snapper Rock Blue 440i in manual, which is a nice combo. And his build is progressing with that, and he's making it the way he wants. And that's pretty good, you know, because you have to make it the way you want. You can't make it the way somebody else wants. One of the videos that you've probably seen before this was the video of the E9X Meetup. And that's a once a year meetup that happens in South Florida here. And it's organized by Miguel, my business partner for Beamer Invasion. And I tell you this, man. As you can see, the water is just dropping off. That means there's really nothing on the car right now. And which is another reason why I want to give her a thorough wash. But I'm getting back into it. Miguel, my business partner, he organized a E9X meetup. And that E9X meetup was pretty impressive because you had, I think, 42, roughly, give or take, E9Xs that showed up to this event. And these are probably in the state of Florida. Right now, I would more than likely opt to get a E92. The reason why I want the 2-door instead is because I've always wanted a 2-door. You know, every single car I owned, I never really had a 2-door because I always thought I needed the rear 2 doors. And sometimes I do, right? You know, when I have to have multiple people in the car. And also when I had one car, it was just more, for me, more practical, so to say. But what I will say though is that the E92, I think it looks really good. I like the look of it. I don't care for rarity and stuff like that, but I think the E92 looks, my personal opinion, it looks better than the E90. So the E92 is something I want to get and have in the garage and build that up. It wouldn't be too crazy. Me opting it for right now, I'm thinking about getting a DCT, but when I'm saying I'm thinking about getting, it's not mean I'm getting anytime soon. But we'll see. Hopefully the channel keeps progressing the way it is and we can add another car, just based on the growth of the channel. All right, so one thing obviously that I'm gonna do right now, instead of filming it, is I'm gonna show you guys exactly how much this car really needs some protection. And one telltale sign of seeing that is that when I shoot it with water or spray it with water, you're gonna see that the water just stays on it. It clings onto the paint, and that's something that, it's a telltale sign that it's not protected. You see how flat this water is? And it's slowly dissipating the water. As you can see, this has pretty much no protection. Maybe up here, where it doesn't get beat up too much, it has some of the protection, but all that rainwater gets beat up on the side, and that's when you kind of need the protection on the paint. So I ended up using some Sonax believe it's called Acti-Foam Energy, and it's not bad. It applied on like shaving cream, but it's not staying on. So I rather use my Adams Polishes car shampoo. We used it on last time on my G80, and it held onto the car pretty well. In her car, it's really not that bad. I'm feeling it now. She keeps it garage kept, and it's rarely parked outside, but when it's parked outside, you know, the UV rays, there's really nothing protecting it. So we're still gonna take precaution. We're gonna use the 2-bucket method. So what I will say though, when I went to the E9X event, it was pretty impressive when you had all these E9Xs with different styles. Some people came bagged, some people came static with BBSs. You know, everybody had their own touch. And there were some people that had the OEM Plus look. One good example was the Obsessed Garage E92 giveaway. I did get to meet the new owner, really nice guy. And that car is still in pristine condition. So, you know, he's definitely taking care of it. He's definitely an OG subscriber, which, you know, obviously one of the reasons why he won the car. But going into the soap, the Sonax soap, I ended up buying this soap back in the day. It was from a mystery box from Detailer's Domain, and they don't do that often. I was big into the mystery boxes with Adams Polishes. That was pretty cool, right? You spend 35 bucks and you may get more value than you paid for. Sometimes you get like, you know, some tools, you get some waxes, you get some soap, you get some sealants. And that's what I really wanted to do and see what, you know, Detailer's Domain gave. In Detailer's Domain, if you guys don't know, they use a lot of high-end products. So they obviously carry your typical Adams Polishes, but they carry things like Sonax. Sonax is a German company, and I've been using them, I know, for quite a little bit. You know, when it comes to some of their protectants, some of their sealants, and this is before ceramic coating became such a hot topic. But I had their Sonax Net Shield. Number one, that was pretty good for back in the day, but it was a pain to take off. So that was one of the things I'm glad I steered away from as I went. Again, we're gonna be protecting her car with some Sonax spray and seal. We're not gonna do anything too crazy because we don't have that much time. But, so the E92 M3s, what really drew me into those, they always had a really good shape. You know, the body lines were really nice. I think what really that piques my interest is that this is gonna be the last V8 that BMW creates that's naturally aspirated. You know, obviously as we go into these hybrids, you know, it'll be nice to have one in the garage and keep it long term. And even if it's automatic DCT, you know, it allows my wife to drive it. And that's something I always wanted to do, to get her more involved. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool to have her come by an event in the E92 and I'll mod it the way I want. What I will say though, this soap smells pretty good. It's like a citrus type of vibe to it. Would I buy more of it? Probably not. So one thing that's good about washing it in the garage that I noticed is that any time of day that I want to wash the car, it's not going to be detrimental. As in, like, I'm not going to have to worry about the sun beating on the paint and getting water spots. So as I wash this car, some of the things I'm thinking about is that some of the videos I need to do that I haven't done. One video is going to be how much I spent on my G80 M3, how much the build was. Another video was going to be the comparison between my F80 and also G80 M3. I think that's going to be a good video where, you know, I could highlight some of the points on both cars. It is a gorgeous color paint. So one of the products that we're going to be using today is going to be Sonax. It's spray and seal, like I mentioned earlier. There's probably enough left for the rest of her car, and we're going to use the rest of this on her car. So, because why not? This product I've been using for a little bit. It's a water activated product, means, and I'm using a lot more than I need to, means when it hits the water, it allows it to bond and give that protectant that the car needs. So can you use this on dry? Probably not recommended. This probably will become difficult to take off if you do it that way. About this, it smells like you're at the beach. It smells like coconuts. I'm a big fan of using products that smell good because I hate products that smell like vinegar or just like horrible chemicals. For me, since I do this often, you know, because it is kind of like therapeutic for me, why use a product that smells horrible that's gonna make it less fun for me? It's not like I'm gonna be sniffing the product, but if you guys agree, let me know. I just hate using products that just, they don't have a good scent to it. Which doesn't mean I'm gonna use the best scented products out there. I'm gonna use the best products, and if it smells good, then that's a plus. So what's good about this product is that it provides, depending on how you maintain it, because it all depends on how you maintain it, it provides, I would say, 3 months of protection. You know, it depends on, you know, if your car's parked outside, that all takes into account. It also depends if, you know, how you wash it. Do you wash it with pH neutral soap? But from my experience, this product lasts a decent amount of time. I've used this on my wife's car, and she dailies her car, and it holds up because she'll be on the phone driving home talking to me. She's like, "Hun, this water's beating right off." I'm like, "Yeah, thanks to this." I'm gonna link everything I'm using in this wash in the description. I do want to mention too, if you guys are thinking about picking up a pressure washer, the Active 2.0 is gonna be one of your best bets out there because it is economical and it does provide a lot of power for under $500. So as you can see, there's really no more left, and I used up the whole bottle because her car is worth it. Once you let it apply on, you don't have to let it sit. You immediately hose it off, which we're gonna use the pressure washer. One thing I will say though, if you don't hose it off completely and you have some stains, it does become difficult to remove off later on when it dries up. You can immediately see the water just bead off her car now. As I continue with the rest of it, you'll see more of that happen. So as you can see, there's beads everywhere. As you can see, now the windows are more beaded up. The roof, look at that. The roof has beads everywhere. Before, this water was just flat up on top, and this is something that obviously now it has the protection it needs. Is it the best? Again, it's not the best because I don't think there is the best, but this is something that's worked for me. And if you guys are interested, this may work for you too. But it just adds another layer of gloss, which I think the car lost because it didn't have that layer of protection. And obviously all these protectants add that layer of gloss. And you can see, that looks like tight beads. You know, that is a really nice, good looking, protectant on it. That's how I can tell for myself at least. Okay, and right now we're gonna dry the car off. We're gonna use an air blower. I don't have the best air blower. This is something that I've had for a little bit. I do need to buy an Ego blower, maybe later on, but this is a Greenworks air blower. It's more for like gardening. Can you use it to dry the car? Yes. Should I be wearing ear protection? Yes. Am I gonna do it? No. So let's get to it because I think they're gonna come back in a little bit. Basically doing this quickly because they are coming in back soon. So I just got a text message that says they're coming back in probably the next 15 minutes. I'm gonna move this back outside, move my car back inside, and just tell her, hey, just wash your car and help her out. You know, just why not? Because that's what son-in-laws are supposed to do, right? So as you can see, the car is pretty much all done and dialed in, for my standards at least. I think now it's fully protected. I do need to wipe it down a little bit because that air blower is not the best, kind of sucks, but I'm not buying another one anytime soon right now, because I have other things to buy. But it works right now for what it is, but as you can see, now it looks pretty good. And this has a unique combo. And this 440i has a unique combo. So it's Snapper Rock blue on the exterior, and it had, I think this is saddle brown, I don't know. I call it peanut butter interior, but really nice. All right guys, I'm wrapping this video up. This video is pretty much random. I was gonna wash the car anyway, so I was thinking, why not record it? Again, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. It definitely helps my small channel grow. And I'll see you guys on the next video.